Today we got an article about Axie Origins and the runes and charms that are coming. So from the Guillotine post, someone from Axie Leaks has spoken with Shade, who is a member of the Sky Mavis team, and Shade has given us some insights onto what we can expect in Origin. Obviously he can't go into detail on some of these things, but he did provide us with answers to some questions such as runes and charms and how those will function and how many we will get. So let's jump right into it. It is in a Q&A format, so we might not get lengthy answers, but we definitely can do something with them. So first question is, how many charms can I equip per Axie? And the maximum of 6 charms per Axie, 1 per part. So that is already very, very interesting. Those charms will probably be dictated by the class, and what we need to mention about the class is that there no longer will be a rock paper scissors mechanic. As far as I know, plants no longer counter aquas, aquas no longer counter beasts. That's just going to be removed from Axie Infinity. So going back to the leaks from a previous article, we can see that here are some of the charms, right? So Mask of Frenzy has 15 quantity, whereas Silence, in a sense, does only have 5 quantity. So those will be in different quantities depending. I'm not sure what it will depend on. So because this one is Epic and it has 15, whereas this one is Mystic and it has 5. And you can see all of these classes, and it looks like Dawn and Meg will have their own charms as well. So that's a little bit of a leak, I think. This one is an important question. 7-part Axies will be having more damage than Chops, and that's not necessarily Chops. What he is referring to is Axies that have mixed cards. So let's say an Aqua with Acro is a Chop Axie because it's not pure, right? So it's very good that they not necessarily will have higher damage, because many Axies on the marketplace are not pure Axies, and they shouldn't be pure, right? But does Origin have cool in-game music? Well, it's good that we sorted that one out, right? It's necessary to have it. How does bleed work and how much HP reduction? So there's new mechanics as well. We have seen bleed on some of the cards that we have. I think Piranha is one of the cards that has bleed. Masuma confirmed that bleed damages the enemy when they attack. So bleed is usually applied for 4 turns, which in effect is only 2 turns when your opponents attack, because it will go in the system of your turn, his turn, your turn, his turn, right? So it doesn't say for 4 turns of your opponent, it just says 4 turns. So effectively 2 turns when they attack and if they attack. What can you say to us right now? Some leaks or hints maybe? I can say that Origin is amazing. From what I have heard, the developers are playing Origin on the daily. They have already updated some of the cards that we have seen that were leaked, because some of them turned out to be quite OP, and they are working on that as well. When we get Origin in an alpha state, that will be updated as well. I don't think they will launch with everything that they have leaked, and they will keep on patching it until it's ready for the monetary incentive, such as SLP and AXS. Is it possible for Anemone to have the same bonus effect from V2, where 2 parts will give bonus heal? In my opinion, Anemone is better now if you have the right deck. Anemone currently... Actually, let's have a look at Anemone. So this is Anemone right now. The effect of this card is whenever this is drawn, it heals for 20 HP. But the very interesting thing is, I can't quite remember which cards allows you to do that, but you can have cards that draw cards from your deck, such as Blue Moon, but you can also have a card that locks up the next Aqua card. So if you do parry up very, very nicely, I think it's Telescope. I might be a little bit off here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I don't see it in Aqua cards. Maybe it was Golda. Shuffle 1 Void. No, I'm missing it here. But there is one card that allows you to look for a next Aqua card, right? And if you pair that up with Anemone and that keeps healing you up, that might be something that is worth looking at, and will just increase the chances of a creative team winning, rather than just slapping 2 Anemones on your Axies, and that way you will win, right? So this is all of the cards that we have currently seen leaked for Axie in Origin. I'll link that website below the video. I couldn't find the card, but I'm pretty sure there is a card that allows you to look up your next Aqua card in the deck, and if you can select Anemone, then you will heal up as well. So that could be a very interesting mechanic right there, and it's good that they are going into that creative team building or deck building side. How many cards per deck? If you analyze all the leaks, there are many clues regarding deck size, and I've seen Axie Faction analyze it yesterday on stream, and I think there will just be one copy per card, but that hasn't been confirmed. But it looks like that might be the case, because if you add all the cards, right, they are going to introduce eyes and ears, right? So that will be another card, and if you have 3 Axies with eyes and ears, that's already 18 cards, and they might add some extra ones at the start of the battle, or you can add tools into your pile, or you can add the void into your opponent's pile. So I think it will just be one copy, but we will have to wait for that to be confirmed. What's the average game time? Roughly, he has played 5-minute games and 15-minute games. And one thing that Axie Faction has pointed to is that if it is a 15-minute game, you probably no longer have Blood Moon Curse, right? Because you will not play a 15-minute game if every turn you are losing health. So it looks like there can be an offensive deck, there can be a control deck that allows you to survive 15 minutes using the heals and just sustaining in the game. Do you think Sirius is kind of OP? We have seen Sirius being a 90 damage card, which is a little bit ridiculous, and many abilities will be balanced before alpha, and even more will be balanced after the alpha, after they release it to the general public, and then the public can see which cards are a little bit OP, because they will have more data points to track. Another doubt I had when I read your answer on Substack, where you said there will be no more rock, paper, scissors bonus between classes, but what about class using its own card? Will it still have bonus damage? No. Now that is again very interesting, because currently you have to do quite a bit of math when you are figuring out how much your card is actually dealing to a certain class, if you combo it, if you have attack plus. But if you have just a card that says it's going to do 60 damage, you know exactly that it's going to do 60 damage, and you don't have to run through this math every single time, but you can just go through the expected shield of your opponent, as well as how much damage your cards are doing, and you can focus on drawing the right cards and creating the right deck, rather than in-game calculating of how much damage you will do. How about equipping runes? 1 rune per Axie. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All the answers that we have. So it's interesting that it's only 1 rune per Axie, but 6 charms. So the runes will probably be a little bit more powerful. I think they will be upgraded using SLP in game. I think they hinted at that you will only be able to use unclaimed SLP to upgrade these runes and charms. We will have to see about that, but nothing yet is confirmed. We are still waiting for Axie Origin to come at the end of the month. We should get an alpha season out there with no monetary gains, but we can test the game out, see what it's all about, what can be improved. They will keep patching it, and then we will get a season 0. So the most important information we got about charms and runes, we didn't really know how many we will have to craft or buy, but now we know. And if we have a team of 3 Axies, you will be able to craft and equip 18 charms and 3 runes for the entire team, but we don't really know how many runes will be available in the game. So it's all very, very interesting, especially for the runes and charms, as that will be, in my opinion, the key SLP burn mechanics, at least to start with. I don't think they will introduce things like evolution just yet. But guys, let me know what you think about this post and what Shade has said about Axie Origin in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily playthrough content, and I will see you in the next one.